What's going on, guys? So at some point you guys thought about getting a motorcycle. Today I'm going to show you, or I'm going to go through the basics of how to ride a motorcycle, the difference between counter steering, shifting, and the overall layout of what you need to know where everything is. We'll start from the left and go to the right. Your left lever is your clutch. These are your lights, turn signal right there, your horn, your ignition, your throttle right there, your kill switch, your starter, and your front brake. Down on the right foot pedal, you have your back brake right there, and on the left you have your clutch right there. First things first is turning on your bike and getting on your bike. So your bike's going to lean to the left. You want to get on from the left. It'll be easier that way. Once you're on, you grab your key, put in the ignition, turn to the right. You flick your kill switch to the start position, and you push the start button, and you're on. So you should be in neutral. You'll see the green light. Most bikes have a green light. Some bikes have a gear indicator, like I do. When you're in neutral, you don't need to have your hands on anything. To actually get moving, what you're going to want to do is, and this is the best way to practice, first gear is the hardest gear to get out of. You want to pull in the clutch. First gear, push down. Your gear indicator should turn to 1. If you don't have a gear indicator, your neutral light should not be there. And so the best way to learn is you just start releasing the clutch slowly, no hand on the throttle, and you start moving. So that's how to get out of first. So you just keep going. So the easiest thing is to just keep practicing that, and then you can just pull in the clutch and you're stopped again. You're still in first gear, and if you do let go of that clutch, it will stall if you release too quickly. So release slowly. So once you release slowly, you're completely off the throttle, and now you're just rolling. No hands on the throttle, no hands on the clutch, and you're just moving. So no need to get worried. So practice that a few times, and when you want to slow down, just pull in the clutch and use your back brake or your front brake, and you'll start slowing down. We will do that again. You start rolling, and you start adding gas. So hands off the clutch, and you're pulling down on the throttle. You don't want to go too much all at once. You just want to coast like this. So you're still in first gear. You can't stay in first gear forever, or else your engine will start screeching and it will want you to shift. So what you're going to do is we'll speed up a little bit more. You want to shift in a second. You pull in the clutch and you pull up on the shifter, and now you're in second. You want to slow down from here, and you want to come to a stop. You're going to pull in the clutch, release off the throttle, and then push down on the shifter. So we're going to do that, and you're going to start using your brakes. Pull in the clutch and start using both brakes, and you'll come to a stop. Remember, if you don't, when you're coming to a stop and you're still in gear, if you don't pull in your clutch, you will stall. So when you're coming, if we're still in first gear and you're coming to a stop, you need to pull in your clutch. What I do suggest, guys, is going to an empty parking lot or an unused road that you guys can keep practicing down and not be interrupted. So we're going to start slowing down. You're going to pull in the clutch, blip the throttle, and push the shift lever down. And you're going to pull in both brakes at the same time. So once you guys got that locked down, the most important part about riding is counter steering. What counter steering is, since we're on 2 wheels, just like a bicycle and not 4, it means that if you want to make a turn successfully, you're gonna have to turn the other way, because that's how the physics and that's how the motorcycle operates, being on 2 wheels. If you do want to test this theory out, it will work on a bicycle if you are going fast enough. So with a motorcycle, anything under 20 kilometers, you can turn the regular way. You can turn like a bicycle. So we're under 20 kilometers, you can turn your wheel and you'll turn that way. Once you get above 20 kilometers or so, the steering completely changes. If you wanted to make a turn, you have to turn the opposite way. If I wanted to make a left turn, I can't turn left or else I will go right. Like I said, if I'm above 20 kilometers, I'll show you guys here. If I wanted to get more left into this lane, this is how it works, guys. I'll turn right. I'll show you right here, and I will go like that. So if I want to get more into this lane, like to the right of this lane, I will turn the handlebars left and I will go to the right. So we'll do that right now. If I want to go more to the left, I'll turn the handlebars right and we'll go more to the left. We'll go right from the starting. This is your clutch, lights, turn signal, horn, start button, kill switch, front brake, back brake, and on your left kick, it's your clutch. So keys in, we'll turn it on, push the start button, and we're on. This is your throttle, and we're good to go. So we're in neutral. To get going, pull in the clutch, kick it down into first gear. We're in first gear. This is the best way to learn, guys. Just start releasing the clutch slowly and pull it back in, and we'll start slowing down. We'll do it one more time. And you're good to go. So once you start rolling, no hands on the throttle, no hands on the brakes, no hands on nothing, and we're rolling. That's when you can start using throttle. So you start going, your bike's going to want to shift, you're going to pull in the clutch, blip the throttle, and kick up. Kick your shifter upwards so it kicks into second gear. So we're going to go around this corner. We're not going to downshift because we're already in second and we're going slow enough. We'll counter steer though. So like I said again, if I wanted to turn left, I would turn my handlebars right and we'll go left. So we'll make this corner, we'll start turning right, and we're going left. So we're in first, we're going to start going, we'll shift it into second, go up, pull in the clutch, flip the throttle, and kick up, and we're in third. And it's like that throughout all the gears that you go through. So as you can see right now, we're in fourth. It's really quick. So one last important thing to remember, guys, is when you are braking, use both brakes at once. Apply the same amount of pressure on both brakes, on both the front and back brake. When going around corners, don't use the brakes. You will slide out, but just remember, brake ahead of time before corners so you don't have to do it in a corner.